What's up, everybody? What's going on YouTube? This is Castro coming back. Castro Sakio Castro, however you guys know me. Doing another YouTube video. I love doing my little reviews, my little insights, and it's Halloween time, and I figured there'd be something fitting. Like I said, I've been doing the Spider-Man lineup review, and there's been a couple Marvel Universe mix-ins. So for Halloween, I decided to do two figures for the price of one, and they're very synonymous with Spider-Man. And like I mentioned before, how we have in Marvel very memorable characters, very memorable characters. Who couldn't be without your buddy Green Goblin and the Hobgoblin? So let's get acquainted with these guys. Now these are the Marvel Universe versions. There is a Spider-Man lineup of both Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, but looking in detail, the figures seem to be a little more smaller. They look a little more basic, less articulation. The gliders that they come with is also very basic and smaller, and doesn't really look as menacing as the gliders you get in the Marvel Universe lineup. The reason I figured of doing both these figures at the same time, it would be one, they're old. Obviously, the Shield figures, as you can see in the back. We got Nick Fury back there, and Nick Fury was back in, I think, 2010, maybe or late 2009. So the Shield files is something that's been already done. I'm sure there's like 1,000,001 reviews on both these figures separately. But I wanted to do it because they make pretty good Halloween characters. I mean, they're goblins. One's green, one's orange, or hob, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Interesting thing about the goblins is their hate for Spider-Man. Now, Hobgoblin's take is more of a mercenary for hire with a sick sense of humor, and he was actually voiced. And I think it's funny because he mimics a lot of the Joker habits that you find with Batman. And ironically enough, Mark Hamill, the voice of Joker on the animated series, is also the voice of Hobgoblin on the Spider-Man animated series. So I always thought that was pretty interesting that the character was so alike, or so devious and mischievous, that they got the voice of Mark Hamill, who is Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars movies, to do the voice of Hobgoblin. Green Goblin, on the other hand, is a little more complex. He was the main villain in Spider-Man 1 movie with Willem Dafoe. I know a lot of you out there have mixed reviews on the Spider-Man movies, but Green Goblin essentially is Norman Osborn, and Harry, the son of Norman, was Parker's best friend. So when Norman became psycho, and he fell victim to his own paranoia, he created this character, the Green Goblin, using technology he created for war or for Oscorp, and he became the psychopath who had a hard-on for Spider-Man. And there's different variations in the story, but in the end, we all know that Norman Osborn eventually became the Iron Patriot, as you can see here. That is Norman Osborn of the Hammer Files. He's got the Green Goblin mask hanging out there, and that's a variant figure that I'm looking for in the Iron Patriot, the one with the Norman Osborn head, just so I can display a Green Goblin with a Norman Osborn head. If anybody out there on YouTube watching this has variant Norman Osborn Iron Patriot, please let me know if the head is ball jointed. I've looked and no one talks about it. I noticed there is a hinge, so I don't know if it pops out like a ball joint, but let me know, because if it is, then I can interswap the Green Goblin body with the Norman Osborn head and recreate Norman Osborn. But enough of him. Let's get these puppies open. Get them out of your way. And here we are. We've got the Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin. Like I said, they're both the Shield versions. There's the Shield symbol right there. So let me get each one of these out. Interesting fact about both these characters, I got them before, Hasbro decided to start pumping out extras, and multiple versions of these guys. Like I said, like I mentioned, there is a different version of both of these characters when it comes to the Spider-Man lineup. And the interesting thing about them is they are not the same figure. They're built differently completely. So if you're wondering what it's like to have the Spider-Man version of the Goblins, I will not be reviewing it, so I refuse to buy something so generic. So, let's move on to these guys. First off, we've got the Hobgoblin, and he comes with a little pumpkin bomb, which is this little thing here. You can see that. It's a little pumpkin, looks like an onion. And from what I'm told, you have to, it's got, oh, by the way, it's got bicep swivel and wrist articulation. It does turn 360. And he's got the jointed elbow. Now, if I take the pumpkin bomb, I guess I could stick it there. Let's try it upside down. There you go. There's the pumpkin bomb. He's got like this vinyl cape that kind of hangs around his neck. And let's see his legs. He's got the ball jointed hips. He has the rotating ankle. No rocker. Double jointed knee. And what looks like a ball jointed head. So, and of course, this pumpkin bomb falls out. Oh, you guys kind of get the idea with this pumpkin bomb thing. Now, just to point out, this is a pumpkin with orange, like orange metallic eyes and mouth. And the reason I'm pointing this out so you can see the difference. Oh well, let's put that pumpkin aside. He comes with the cool glider. Now, they didn't come out with stands during the Shield files, so these are one of the few characters that, although they have holes for pegs, they're one of the few characters that I'm going to display on a stand because they have gliders. I mean, why wouldn't you want a Goblin on a glider? Hobgoblin or Green Goblin was never really menacing on the floor. Matter of fact, they would scramble every time Spider-Man knocked them out. Green Goblin has the same exact body. Look at that leg. Poor Goblin. His leg all screwed up. Look at that. That one has the ankle, swivel, pivot, action going on. And the Green Goblin has the same body, same exact articulation in the wrist, the bicep swivel, hinged elbow, double jointed knee, and same thing as the Hobgoblin. And let's put him on this thing, compare. Now, like I said, I bought these characters before they became peg warmers because now when I go to my local Target, ooh, it's nasty. Got a deformed leg going on this one. Before there were peg warmers, I hunted for the Green Goblin there because I started collecting so late. You just couldn't find him in the stores. He's a popular character. You weren't going to find the Green Goblin anywhere. And like I mentioned about the bomb, the pumpkin bomb, it comes with two different versions of it. They've got the traditional Halloween pumpkin. I don't know if you can get that. I know this video constantly auto zooms except for, there you go, look at the little pumpkin bomb. And his buddy, the Grinch looking one. So it's the Grinch versus the Nightmare Before Christmas. Look at that. And they both can be held in their hand to destroy Spider-Man and mess up his day. Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, two characters that are very, very memorable, especially in the Marvel lineup. Synonymous with Spider-Man, although you see them come out as trouble from time to time. Good old Spidey in the past. They, from time to time, give characters like the Kingpin, Daredevil, Punisher, they give them some sort of grief because, you know, goblins terrorize. That's kind of what they do. And I wanted to give you a comparison of another figure that's in the Marvel Universe lineup. Just you can see size comparison. We've got the Scarlet Spider there. Now, oops. I have mentioned in one of my reviews for the Scarlet Spider variants. Interesting thing about variants is I mentioned that Scarlet Spider wasn't flipped upside down, and that would have been called a variant, but I didn't realize that the plate that he stands on the variant that stands right side up says Scarlet Spider. So I'd like to retract my comment. Somebody pointed that out to me and I know I made that mistake, so I apologize. Still, an upside down Spider-Man versus a standing up Spider-Man, the nameplate itself doesn't call it variant. It just calls, sounds like a change to me, but whatever. Thanks for tuning into this review. If you have any questions or corrections, let me know. I got more figures to come. Like I said, I wanted to open this up in time for Christmas. The Hobgoblin, the Green Goblin, terrorizing Spider-Man's world. They're going to be on display probably in the air. It looked like their best spot to be to attack Spider-Man, along with Archangel and a couple of Johnny Storm and a couple other flying characters. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my review. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Subscribe. Give me all the feedback you got, good or bad. I can take it. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe and enjoy. Bye-bye.